We've already talked about the importance of mulching earlier in the series, but at the time we showed you bagged mulches, and many people have said, well, look, what about bulk mulches? Because let's face it, most of us get a trailer load or even a truckload of mulch to spread around the garden. It's the right thing to do. Well, the first place you stop is at a reputable soil yard. And the second thing you do is you get the right advice, because that makes the whole purchasing experience so much easier. If you're covering garden beds, you want a water-wise mulch. It's defined as a coarse material of a regular shape and size. Now, it really wants to be chunky in its nature, and the major idea behind this is that the water can flow through quickly, past the coarse particles and into the topsoil without risk of evaporation. Your local soil yard is likely to have several different types of mulch on display, and not all are classified water-wise. Fine particle mulches have been identified as causing problems in the garden. If the particles are fine, water struggles to pass through quickly. They can also act like a wick, drawing moisture up to the surface, exposing it to the sun's rays and allowing it to evaporate. The definition of a water-wise mulch doesn't specify whether it's organic or inorganic, like stone. To be quite honest, my recommendation is you always go for organic, but if you're going to use stone, well, only use it in a shady spot in the garden. If you leave it in full sun, it's going to superheat and cook your soil. Now, here's my recommendation of some organic mulches you should consider. Pine bark mulch is back in good quantities currently as Nangara pine forests are being cleared. It makes a great surface mulch, and for those of us in coastal areas, it acidifies the soil as well. Wood chip mulch is another chunky mix ideal for garden beds, and applied at a depth of 5 to 10 centimetres, it's going to smother weeds, shade the soil from the scorching sun, and allow water to get to the roots quick smart. It should always be laid to a depth of 5 to 10 centimetres deep across the surface to be truly effective. That's this deep. Remember, the more that's on the surface, the less mulching you'll have to do in the future. Do it once, do it well. In WA's unique environment, you have to use the right mulch, and the right mulch is a water-wise mulch. If you use one, you could reduce evaporation by up to 40%.